Hello everyone. I wanted to share with you this oracle deck that I have had in my collection for a few years now. It is the Angels in Color and Light, or Angels of Color and Light. It's in German, by Darsho M. Willing. It's a pretty hefty deck. I think there are 108 cards or 110. I'm not sure which version I have because there's two. And I bought this one used from someone on Instagram. And it's a really beautiful color deck. So this is the card back. And it's only available in German, but the author was gracious enough to translate her guidebook to English and Spanish. So I only have the English PDF, and I looked yesterday and could not find the PDF online anymore. So if you have this deck and you're interested in the guidebook in English, let me know and I can share it with you, because I know she was sharing it openly with the public, but I believe her website is no longer active. So these cards are pictures, high resolution macro level images of the Aura Soma bottles. And I'm not super familiar with Aura Soma and the system, but I know that it was a type of color therapy, and there's actual bottles of liquid that have different colors and you can use for like healing. And there's also an Aura Soma tarot that is a very rare deck and goes for like $300 on the internet nowadays. So this one, I haven't looked at the price since I got it used, but it's supposed to be the affordable option to the Aura Soma tarot. So I'll just kind of flip through some of the cards. There are a lot of them. Like I said, let me see if I can get the number here. So it looks like I have the version that has 110 cards, or at least 109. So what I love about these cards is the color. And also I think on the bubbles, there's like different shapes that sometimes are made in the bubbles. So that is how I am planning to use this deck. And I'm sorry, I'm not getting close to the camera. So I'm planning to use it as intuitively as color oracle. And I just love looking at them. They're so beautiful. So they're definitely a color therapy deck that you can use. And I just think it's so magical, like the combinations of color. And I know from what I read, the Aura Soma bottles, like one liquid is oil and the other one is water based, and that is why they are able to stay separate. But I just think that the colors are so beautiful, and I have just been like flipping through the cards, just looking at the colors, and letting my breath be taken away by some of them. This one's so luminous. So there's a lot of cards and I might not go through them unless you would find that relaxing. And I might record a video with just flipping through the cards with no voice. I think I would enjoy that as well. So I just finished recording First Impressions of the Divine Guidance Oracle. And this one is similar to that one for me. Because there are no words, it's just color and some shapes, and they really allow you to bypass your logic mind and connect to your intuitive mind or your intuitive self. I also really love like the green and pink. Green and pink is a really cool combination of color, I think. So in the guidebook, this one's in German, but like I said, I have the PDF, And she, Darsho, gives information about the angels that are associated with the Aura Soma bottles. So I will find that in my phone and I will show it to you. Let me look. Now I really love this one. There's just so much like sweetness to this card. So let me find that so I can give you an example. Okay, so as I mentioned, the deck is called the Angels of Color and Light. And let's look for card number 81. Apologies if this is making you dizzy. All right. So card 81 is from the Angel of Compassion. And it's the color pink, and it's the Aura Soma bottle B81, which is the unconditional love bottle. And it gives you a phrase: approach situations and people with a loving heart. And then it gives you an additional message: where love and compassion is, there is natural beauty, female power, sensuality, and empathy. Soften your heart with respect to an actual situation and all the people involved, including yourself. Forgive yourself and others, and compassionately see everyone's point of view. You need not change your point of view or behavior. It simply means for you to approach the situation with a loving heart that will empower you and allow creative solutions to pour forth in which everyone's needs are being met, and emotional healing may occur in wonderful ways. So not all of them are archangel cards, but some of them are. So let me see if card 20 happens to be an archangel or an angel. So card 20 is the Angel of the Inner Child. It's blue and pink and comes from the Aura Soma bottle B20, which is called the Star Child. The phrase is love gives freedom, and the additional message is nurture your inner child, take time to play, laugh, and be silly and carefree. Nurture your inner child with as much love and attention as possible. Praise yourself for everything you're really doing good. Give something to yourself as a present. Pamper yourself. Spend time with yourself. Reassure yourself that you give your full attention to yourself and be tender and affectionate. So I'm really I'm really glad that there is the English translation, because otherwise I would be using the Google Translate camera here, and that might take a long time. I wish that she would have found a printer who could print her deck in English. I don't know how popular the Aura Soma system is. I don't know how much it costs for the bottles. There's a lot of bottles to purchase. I know the Aura Soma tarot from the videos I've seen. The images are really beautiful, but it's just too expensive. And the Aura Soma tarot has a picture of the bottles in the back, so you can use the cards instead of the bottles. I really like this one too. So yes, with my new found, well, it's not new, I've always been really interested in color, and I have maybe I'll do a video where I highlight the decks that I have that color therapy, that you can use for color therapy and tuning into your color, like the energy of color. There's a few, you know me, there's a few I'm putting in my wish list, but for now I am using this one because there's a lot of colors to touch, to tune into. And I also have the Secret Language of Color, which is a really awesome deck. So still shopping my stash. Size wise, these are these are a good size. They're smaller than like a Hay House deck. They might be a little bigger than the Divine Guidance, just a tad bit bigger than the Divine Guidance, but since there are so many of them, I'm not even halfway through the pile. Shuffling them like the rifle shuffle is hard, so what I've done is just kind of overhand shuffle, I think it's called. But I just really love the color of them and the shapes. Like this one looks like a heart, so you can really use your imagination and your intuition to get a message from them, and then you can have the guidebook. I really like this one too for a little bit of assistance. One of my daughters, her favorite colors are green and blues, like the teal, the aqua, so she would love these two. Yeah, I really like the soft ones right now. This one's beautiful too. They're all beautiful. So this has been a quick flip through of the Angels of Light, of Color and Light by Darsho M. Willing. And I'll just finish flipping through so you can see all of the cards. There's so many color combinations and we are at the end. Thank you for tuning in. This is a huge deck, but I'm really enjoying just even looking at the colors has already lifted my mood. So I hope that you also feel your mood lifted, and let me know if you have any questions or you would like to see more of this deck on the channel. Thank you.